Hey guys, Lukey here, coach of your Olivine City Beacons, and this is going to be a little bit of a different video. I want to talk about some news. My team page hasn't been updated yet. This is my opponent for next week. I believe it's Akana. But I have made a trade, or I've made a couple trades. Specifically, two Pokemon are out, and one Pokemon is in. So what have I done? Because you can see here, this is my old team. Well, for one, Kling Klang is out. I have mixed feelings about this, but as I've been building, with Kling Klang, the steel typing is great on paper, but he hasn't. I look at my opponent's team, it's been like this every week. I look at their roster in the team builder. Like, look at Akana's team. He has everything is an answer for a steel type, and even though he's that setup breakthrough sweeper that I've been lacking in other matches. It might have helped against James Vivid, but probably not given he was Trick Room. And last week against Tiger, Steel wasn't breaking through that core. Maybe it could have broken through Aromatisse with Drudigan out, but it wasn't getting through Steelix. That was going to be a hard counter to that. And so as much as I thought, this guy's going to be an underrated threat, so many of my opponents are just super ready for him. And I've been thinking I need some support elsewhere in the lineup. Also dropped is Stantler. I know I picked Stantler partly as a meme pick. I was told after my last video that Stantler does not, in fact, get jump kick, which is a damn shame that Game Freak cut that move out. But Stantler, yeah, it's a normal type, but I haven't had many issues covering ghosts. And Intimidate is nice, but I'm looking at my team and the way I like to play. I'm never going to have a good reason to bring it. So those 4 extra points plus 1 left over allowed me to go from Kling Klang to something way higher. Kling Klang is 11 points. I could shop all the way to 16 points. And just in time for a match against Akana, I've picked Thwackey. And I was kind of loath to pick Thwackey in draft originally, because I think I'm not a huge fan of super obvious popular gimmick Pokemon, but at the same time, when I'm down and my team needs a shakeup, and I'm looking at my roster construction and sort of the couple ways I can build this team, Thwackey started making a lot of sense. So hear me out here. Obviously, his basic qualities: Grassy Surge, summoning grassy terrain for 5 turns every time you come in, if it's not already up, or switching out another terrain, which is going to be part of the battle next week against Akana. That's great. As I'm looking at my team, you ignore Kling Klang here. I've got a lot of grounded Pokemon that appreciate the passive recovery and have no other way to do so. Boltund, I've often brought it with a Life Orb. That's really helpful. Primeape, same thing, gets worn out throughout the match. Lantern especially has no reliable recovery. Sandslash benefits, Magcargo benefits. And Lanoon Galar, who, again is another grounded Pokemon that is taking a lot of damage from residual attacks. So a good chunk of my team benefits, and that could invite people to bring strong grass types against me. Coming up in a couple weeks is a team with Sceptile, which has Unburden, and would absolutely love the grassy terrain. That's if I bring it, but for the most part, the pros outweigh the cons here. And on top of the passive healing that I can introduce to the team, which I think is a huge boost, especially because Jumpluff likely isn't coming those matches. It also shores up my weakness to Earthquake. So many members of my team either immediately die to an Earthquake, or don't appreciate one, and this allows some of them to live in situations that they might not. So we're going to see. Thwacky, obviously, you've got Grassy Glide, which has priority in grassy terrain. So he hits like a truck, and on top of already a pretty decent speed tier, that priority move means that Grassy Glide is going to make him a threat to revenge kill a lot of things. Um, my team is fast, but it has poor priority generally, and he shores that up. He's got U-turn, fits in really well with the momentum aspect of the team. He can run Eviolite, which gives him pretty good bulk. Because as much as, Jumpluff is my budget grass type, Jumpluff doesn't have good bulk. It's got terrible physical bulk. It can take some special hits, but it can't take ice. Thwacky can take some weak non-stab ice moves and not immediately die. And I've got good ice resistances on my team with Lantern, Articuno, and Magcargo. So, there's a lot of resistances there, and those ones that resist ice also are pretty good against fire. So, those two issues that are invited by bringing Thwacky are fairly well remedied, and I think he really fits in. It allows me to run two different grass types in two different ways, and also opens up Jumpluff if I don't see a stall matchup with Jumpluff. Probably not against Akana. Look at that team. But certainly opens it up to be more offensive because Jumpluff has a terrific Swords Dance acrobatics set that I haven't explored much, but I'm thinking about it. So Thwacky, newest member of the team. Kling Klang and Stantler combined 0 appearances. I'm sorry it didn't work out, guys. We'll try and build a team around you in the future. But welcome aboard, Thwacky, and hopefully this is the start of something good for the Olivine City Beacons low tier. Thanks for watching, guys.